Meta, the company formerly known as Facebook, is a behemoth. It's a dominant force in social media. We're talking Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp platforms billions use every day. But even giants face challenges. Competition is fierce, user habits are changing. The digital advertising landscape is evolving. This makes forecasting Meta's stock price, Meta, a thrilling but complex endeavor. Right now, Meta is at a turning point. It's investing heavily in the Metaverse. This is a bold bet on the future of social interaction. This pivot could be transformative, or it could fall flat. Investors are watching closely. The stock market reflects this uncertainty. Meta has seen volatility. There have been upswings and downswings. Investors are trying to figure out what's next. Is Meta a bargain buy, poised for growth, or is it a risky bet in a changing digital world? Predicting stock prices in the short term is like predicting the weather. There are a lot of factors at play. Sentiment can shift quickly. News events can trigger volatility. That being said, let's look at the near future. Tomorrow, Meta could go up or down slightly. That's the nature of the market. Keep an eye on trading volume and any breaking news about the company. Next week, we might see a bit more movement. Earnings announcements or product launches could create some buzz. Over the next month, broader market trends will likely come into play. Is the tech sector hot or cold? Are investors feeling bullish or bearish overall? These factors will influence Meta's direction. Looking ahead 6 months, it's a bit murkier. Early indicators of Metaverse adoption will be key. Is Meta attracting users and developers to its virtual world? Positive signs could boost the stock. Now, let's talk long-term. This is where things get really interesting. By 2030, will the Metaverse be a reality we all inhabit? If so, Meta could be a major player. Imagine a world where we work, socialize, and even shop in immersive virtual spaces. Meta wants to be at the forefront of this revolution, but it's not a guaranteed win. Building the Metaverse is costly. Competition is fierce. Other tech giants are vying for a piece of the pie. And let's not forget the regulatory landscape. Governments around the world are scrutinizing big tech. Antitrust concerns and data privacy regulations could impact Meta's growth. Despite the challenges, I see potential for Meta. The company has a history of innovation, it has a massive user base, and it's investing heavily in the future. If Meta can successfully navigate the challenges and capitalize on the Metaverse opportunity, Meta could see significant growth in the years to come. Year projected price range 2025 $250 to $350, 2026 $300 to $400, 2027 $350 to $450, 2028 $400 to $550, 2029 $450 to $650, 2030 $500 to $750. Remember, these are just projections. A lot can happen between now and 2030. Section 4. Decoding the signals. Technical indicators and Meta's trajectory. Now let's get technical for a moment. Technical analysis uses past price data to try to predict future price movements. It's not an exact science, but it can provide insights. One indicator to watch is the 50-day moving average. This is the average price of Meta over the past 50 trading days. If Meta is trading above this average, it's generally seen as a bullish sign. Conversely, if it's trading below, it could indicate weakness. Another important indicator is the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. The RSI measures the magnitude of recent price changes to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions in the price of a stock or other asset. The Fear and Greed Index is also worth considering. This measures market sentiment. When investors are greedy, prices tend to go up. When they're fearful, prices often drop. Understanding these indicators can give you a better sense of how Meta might move in the short term. Section 5. Navigating the risks, volatility, competition, and market sentiment. Remember, investing in the stock market always involves risk. Meta is no exception. Volatility is part of the game. Prices can fluctuate wildly, especially in the short term. Competition is another major factor. The tech landscape is fiercely competitive. Companies like TikTok, Snap, and even Apple are vying for users' attention. If Meta stumbles, its competitors are ready to pounce. Market sentiment can also make or break a stock. When investors are bullish, they're more likely to buy. When they're bearish, they tend to sell. Meta needs to maintain a positive image and convince investors that it's a good long-term bet. Section 6. The bottom line, potential rewards and words of caution. So, is Meta a good buy? It depends on your risk tolerance and investment goals. Meta has the potential for significant growth. Its investments in the metaverse could pay off big time. But there are also risks to consider. Competition is fierce and the metaverse is still unproven. If you're considering investing in Meta, do your research. Don't just take my word for it. Understand the company, its challenges, and its opportunities. Consider your own financial situation and risk tolerance. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. Investing in the stock market always involves risk. Only invest what you can afford to lose.